Hey, what's going on YouTube? Super Mike with Super Gaming here. So, you want to know what it's like to play Rocketarena? Well, how about we go take a look?
I've literally never played anyone.
Opponent score. Opponent score.
I don't even know how this game works.
Teammate ball.
Why is this shit so hard?
Overtime. Next goal wins. Opponent score.
Oh my god.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Ay, I do it. Run that bitch up like a track. Run that bitch up like a track. Give me the pack and I might take that. She got the fat.
I thought I was defeated. My ego shattered. My teammates gone. AFK. Rage quit. There was no hope left. Or so I thought. It all clicked like a jigsaw puzzle. I told myself I'll never go back. But here I am. Another match. This time, things are different. I won this time. Before I lost the battle. But this time I'll win the war. Stay strapped in, boys. This gamer's going in. And I ain't going back.
All right, now rolling into the meat and potatoes of this episode, and that is going to be my top 5 tips for beginners in Rocketarena. So tip number 1, it's going to be focus fire. What I mean by this? Easy. Prioritize your targets. Too many people roll into a game of Mega Rocket or the other objective-based game modes and end up not getting a single KO but have high damage at the end screen. Now, the reason why this is important is because you need to secure those KOs for your team. And I emphasize team, not just for that sick montage you want to post on your YouTube or your Twitch stream. When you decide to prioritize a target, it does more than just give you a chance to KO someone. It becomes a distraction for the enemy, and as they may not be focusing on you. Now they have to pull away from battle and recover their blast meter because they don't want to take the flight of shame all the way back to spawn if they lose that engagement. This can also incentivize your team to focus fire or maybe even secure the KO when you can't because you have to pull away because your blast meter is too high and maybe you're just not playing a mobile enough character like Rever and Fora. Rolling into tip number 2, we have artifact balancing. Now, this may be the most important tip on the list. And the reason being is Rocketarena, unlike other item-based games such as League or Smite even, is that you cannot switch your items, or in this case, artifacts, mid-game or even after the character selection screen. This means you have to choose your artifacts prior to hopping in a match, and if you're new to this game, you may have never even known that, or even knew where they were in the subsection of the character customization options. Another quick tip for this is to make your builds to suit your playstyle. There are 4 different kinds of artifacts. The first is yellow, also known as mobility artifacts, which improves things like ground movement speed, air movement speed, jump height, so on and so forth. Next, we have green, which is defense artifacts, which can give you longer immunity frames if you're sent to respawn, less damage and impulse, health regen delay decrease. Then we have red artifacts, aka the damage artifacts. These ones are pretty self-explanatory. They allow you to do more DPS in battle. And lastly, we have blue artifacts, which are utility artifacts that can do other things like reduce cooldowns, but also just don't seem to fall in a specific category. Side note is the longer that you play with these artifacts, the more XP those artifacts get, at which there are 3 levels for each artifact, and they increase modestly with each level gained. This puts even more of an emphasis on choosing the artifacts you want sooner than later, as you want to maximize your character's potential the more you play. Next, at number 3 and 4, we have play the objective. This one deserves 2 spots as it's a little bit too much to cover here for just 1 spot. It sounds easy, but no one in any game is perfect, especially when you play at such a fast-paced game like Rocketarena. I've had my moments in this game where I had to focus on dishing out damage and laying my skills that I completely forgot there was even an objective to play in this game. People get caught up in bloodlust, and I am no exception here. Small tips that I would add is for each game mode, as these may be the difference between winning and losing. For knockout, you would think that's such a simple game, wouldn't need a tip, but all too many times I see teams split up, and when they play against a good coordinated team, you get blasted to high heaven, and while you take that rocket of shame back to base, you see no one was there to help you. You need to stick together and have each other's backs. Prevent your teammate from getting KO'd, since this can let you steamroll and that 3v3 stays a 3v3, or even better, it's a 3v2 now. Next for Rockerball, have a backliner. The game is very much like Rocket League if you ever played that and have someone towards the backline like a Zell who has a fast poke and can block shots very easy. This can also be a Blastbeard since his hitbox is significantly larger, making him an amazing goalie. Now this doesn't mean you have to remain a goalie the entire game. No one really likes that, that seems too boring, right? Push when your team has the ball, but if there's ever a chance or even a moment where it turns around, pull a little bit back. This way you might be able to save a far shot if the team decides to try and score. Next is Treasure Hunt, which is also my favorite game mode right now in Rocketarena. So a common thing I've been running into is having a team secure first chests, and sometimes you can't help it. A bad start doesn't mean a bad game. Now in this situation, you need to be trying to get a couple KOs right before the coin collection round. This can make a huge difference as it'll let you catch up relatively easily, prevent the other team from getting an even greater lead, but also change the attitude of the fight entirely. Lastly is Mega Rocket, and I have one word for you guys: contest. On stream, I was playing as Flux. I did everything I could to prevent the other team from getting any more captures. After I got knocked down and flew into the air, I watched my team shaking in the sky, practically wetting their pants when they got even remotely close to the objective. Don't be afraid to hop on point. You want to stop that secure. Who knows, maybe they'll wipe your team or maybe you'll wipe them. All right, my last tip is going to be, drumroll please, combo chain for safe KOs. This one's a little complicated. So in the game, there is an invulnerability mechanic, otherwise known as dodge. Now this mechanic is what breaks stuns and combos, but let me tell you a little secret that may be holding you back. The dodge mechanic in this game sucks. What? Super, how can you say something so controversial yet so brave? Well, easy, because it's true. It is just way too long of a cooldown, which is why Ninja Ban is so good. Now here's why it sucks. Currently my main is Amphora and Azel, as I love how they feel, but they both suffer from the same exact curse: predictability. We all know what comes next when Amphora goes into her Hydro form. You get water shot up your butt like a toilet bidet on steroids. So you dodge it, now you counter her hard, and you send her to the 3rd dimension. Well, Super, what does this have to do with it sucking? Thanks for asking. That's because of combo chaining. Instead of using your abilities as an engagement or disengagement, use them as finishers for stun locks. If you can get them even remotely close to the top of their blast meter, you can use your secondary fire to send them over the edge or to force a dodge. Then follow this with your special and get that KO you've been wanting. The chaining effect also applies to this very concept, where you use tip number 1 by prioritizing a target, leading back-to-back shots on someone, causing a stun lock, then pop their dodge, and now you have a free KO that can turn the tide of battle. Well guys, this looks like it's the end of my list. Quick shout out to Jay and also Olagu. Thank you so much for the follow on Twitch and being so interactive on stream. And thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe as it helps the channel immensely, and post a comment to who your main is in Rocketarena. Until next time, I hope you guys have a good one, and peace.